Hello everyone, we're back in our Let's Learn Together program. My name is Eva. I'm glad you can join us today. These webinars were initiated by Microsoft with the intention to bring exceptional school projects closer to teachers and educators across Europe. We're hosting teachers from different countries who present their innovative projects and share their ideas. Today it is my great pleasure to welcome our dear friend Arjana Blažić, a Croatian teacher, who will present her project Greetings from the World. Arjana recently came back from the Worldwide Innovative Education Forum held in South Africa, where her project made it to the top 35. So congratulations, Arjana. Mr. Darko Jureković, Partners and Learning Manager for Microsoft Croatia, is here with us to welcome all the participants. Darko?
Thank you, Eva. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to yet another in our series of webinars about exceptional projects developed in schools throughout the world using ICT in education in innovative ways. Statistics show that the number of early adopters of technology is relatively low, up to 3%, while in the same time educational systems around the world are huge and quite resilient to change. So I think it is very important that this kind of communication and sharing of best practices among innovative educators is maintained, and I do hope that you will enjoy the upcoming 45 minutes in learning about the project that presented Croatia in Berlin in March 2010 and in Cape Town in October 2010 as the innovative project selected by our jury on the national competition. We are looking forward to see you again on the upcoming webinars as well, and thank you for your time once again.
So I guess it is my turn to begin, right?
Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Darko, and thank you, Eva, for this great introduction. My name is Arjana Blažić. I'm a language teacher. I teach English and German, and I'm also an avid user of new technologies. I would like to teach my students how to make use of all the advantages that new technologies can offer and how to use all the web-based educational resources. So I teach at the Deveta Gimnazija in Zagreb, which is a co-educational school comprising about 550 students. And they are 15 to 19 years old. There are also about 47 teachers who provide their students with a wide range of extracurricular activities as well. As far as I can see here on the list of attendees, most of you come from Croatia, but those of you who don't, let me just place Croatia quickly on the map. So this arrow here will point at the place where I am right now and where I teach and where my students learn. So let me begin with the project, which is not about Twitter and is not called Twitter, but it is inseparably tied to it. Twitter is, as you all know, social network where people communicate with short messages. Here in the left-hand corner you can see my Twitter handle, which is AB from Z. It might sound meaningless to you, but it isn't. These are actually my initials, AB, and I come from Zagreb. So why did I begin with Twitter? Because Twitter is the place where I have developed a huge network of educators, of teachers of different subjects from all parts of the world, and who make my personal and professional learning network. So it was in one of the tweets or these short messages that I learned about an excellent tool that can be used in the classroom called Glogster. Glogster is a tool for creating multimedia posters. And as teachers, we have always been in a situation to assign our students tasks to create posters on different topics, and most of their posters on cardboard or big pieces of paper end up in a waste paper basket, and they are not seen by people from outside the classroom. So this tool enables us to put our students' posters online. They can get instant feedback by other people, by their peers, and because people can leave comments and tell them the opinion, motivate them, inspire them to do more. And also, being an online tool, Glogster enables us to use video and audio files. There are two versions of Glogster. Glogster.com, which is used by people from all walks of life, and the other that we are more interested in is Glogster for Education, which offers teachers to create their own accounts. The basic service of Glogster is free, and all you have to do is to sign up for an account and register your class. You can get accounts for up to 50 students. Once you have created a virtual classroom, you will have all your students, the 50 of them, in one place, and you will see what they have been doing, how many blogs they have created. Blogs are posters, Glogsters, or also known as blogs. You can communicate with them. They can talk to each other, exchange messages, and they can also change the name. The given nicknames for each of your students are your name and the number. So here you can see a student number 9 and my name, which is Ms. Blažić here, or Blažić, and but they can choose their own name. They can also change photographs. This is a safe environment. I think that is very important, because no one can disturb your students while they are working on their posters. They are private, and once they are done, you can decide if you want to publish them or to keep them private. Glogster is very easy to use, just like any other online tool. It's interactive, it's easily clickable. You can play with scissors, with cutouts, with you can also record yourself. The only thing you need is a camera and a microphone, and you can easily embed or insert these new files on such posters. So, because I like traveling, I came up with an idea that my students create posters about their country, and these posters should look like postcards sent to other people. But I wanted them to write about the parts of the country they know very well, so that they give us information that can be found in a travel book. something that they see from their perspective, their country or parts of their country that they see through their eyes. So I opened a wiki on Wiki Spaces. Wiki is the web page which you can edit, and listed parts of Croatia that I thought would interest my students. So, and after that, it was their task to write their name next to the part of the country they want to describe, but it wasn't a limited list, of course, so they could add their own places that they were familiar with. Once their posters were done, we opened up a new wiki, which we called Greetings from the World, and my students embedded or inserted posters they created on the page, Glogs from Croatia, which you can see in the sidebar. At first we had a lot of problems with embedding, with inserting the posters, because the posters were huge. There were 20 of them, and they contained a lot of photographs and other files. So it took a long time for a page to download. And so we had to find a solution for the problem, and we worked together on it, and finally decided to resize the Glogs, to print screen the resized posters, and to insert images of the posters. These posters or Glogs would then link to the real Glog page, which is on the internet. So there was only one page at the beginning, and because it contained the work done by my students, we decided to protect it so that uninvited visitors cannot modify it, change it, or delete it by mistake or on purpose. But whoever wants to join us is really welcome, and it's done in a very easy way. You just click on Join this wiki. So we embedded our posters and invited teachers and students from other countries to join us. And luckily, we didn't have to wait long. Teachers and students came in huge numbers. So that right now we have 12 countries from 5 continents. There are 18 schools participating in the project. There are 19 enthusiastic teachers and 420 creative students. And of course, this is not the end. We wouldn't like to see it end. What we would like to see is to be joined by other countries, other schools, and especially from the 6th continent, which is missing, and this is Africa. I might have come up with the idea about the project, but it's not my project or my students' project. It is the project by these teachers and students who live in different parts of the world, and who participate in it almost on a daily basis. So if you, when you visit our wiki and click on the recent changes, there is always someone who is working on the wiki in a different part of the world. So I thought that I should tell you who these students and teachers are. The first teacher who joined us was Viviana from Brazil, and I think she is right here in the audience. She told me to be here, but no, I can't see her now. So Viviana is a Spanish teacher, and because this project, because of its cross-curricular approach, she could easily implement the project into her curriculum. And her students, high school students from Colegio Machado de Assis in Santa Catarina in Joinville in Brazil, created more than 20 posters about Spanish-speaking countries, and these posters were in Spanish because it was their foreign language. After they had finished creating these posters, they found this project so motivational that they decided to do some more, to create one for each of the 27 Brazilian states. And right now, we have the second generation of Viviana students with us in the project, and they have created about 20 or 30 blogsters about the Brazilian culture, history, and music. Then came Candice Townsley from Oklahoma, from Ovasto in Oklahoma. Her students are gifted students. They go to a gifted class, which was something completely new for my students, because here in Croatia we do have gifted students, but they don't go to a special class. We don't have special classes for them. So it was something they never thought was possible. At first, I had doubts about being joined by this school because Candace's students are only 12 years old, and it was I was worried, a bit worried about the age difference. But then it turned out really well, because these students told us about not only about Oklahoma, but also about the United States from their own perspective, from a perspective of a 12-year-old. And we learned many interesting things about their country. And one of the things that I find really amazing is that they wanted to share with us a very important fact that Brad Pitt was born in Oklahoma, and so was Ranger Walker. So as you can see, we never stop learning. And from Colorado, there is Monica Hardy from Colorado, who is right here in the audience. Hi, Monica. Lovelace from Loveland in Colorado created one poster for our project, but this is a class, these are students who joined us in many other projects on different platforms. So we had a link site where they joined us. We joined their link site. Link site is also kind of a social network which is also in a safe environment, and students can safely talk to each other, exchange different files, and socialize, so to say, so that but link is now closed for schools that are not in the in North America, because we have to pay for it, so we don't have it anymore. But we still communicate with them. We organized one video conference with them. We blogged together. They also watched the film together and then discussed it. So the Greetings from the World project was actually the trigger for many other projects that we have done with these students. Eva Buyuksim-Kesian, I hope she is also here. from Turkey, and her students from a minority school, Armenian school in Istanbul, showed us what Istanbul is like, and we learned a lot about its history and geography, but also about modern Istanbul, about places where you can find great things to buy, shopping centers, and so on. So if you go to Istanbul, make sure that you check these students' blogs. And with this school, we have also started different projects. We participate and work together with them on their wiki, Celebrate You and Me Digitally, which is about different holidays. And we have also started a new project called Embedded in EU, because it is on e-twinning platform. Rosica Mineva from Bulgaria, I think she is also one of the attendees today. She is a teacher from Stara Zagora. She teaches third graders in the 5th primary school. They have created amazing posters, hundreds of them, about Bulgaria, but also about learning English. So there are posters with nice exercises and tasks that can help you in learning. So it's really about technology, not for its own sake, but for enhancing learning. Clara Vieira came from Portugal with her students, who were at that time, when they created about 20 posters, at the end of their school. So they were just about to finish school. This was a vocational school. All these boys wanted to become welders. And they couldn't wait for the school to finish, but when she introduced this project to them, they found it really motivational, because suddenly they had the opportunity to show their peers what their country is like. And although these peers were online and were only virtual, they knew that they were real, that they went to school in a different part of the world. We actually have 2 schools from Portugal, but this teacher, Jose Romao, is not, I'm not in touch with him. I don't know why, but he's the only teacher I lost contact with. He just came, he saw, and he embedded his amazing poster with a lot of nice photographs about Portugal onto our wiki, and then he simply disappeared. But I still hope that one day we'll get in touch. Dan Roberts, also known as Chicken Man, comes from Cornwall with his class. Dan Roberts is also one of the innovative teachers who visited Zagreb 3 years ago. Vicky Palmer from Australia joined us with her class of students from Brisbane Grammar and All Boys School, and which for my students was also completely new, because most of schools in Croatia are co-educational. So working together with an all-boys school was a different experience. Valerie Burton from Louisiana and her students showed us more about the aftermath of Katrina, New Orleans, and Harvey, the little town where they live. Shyam Sander Malhotra from India and his students created wonderful posters about Indian temples and Indian cities, and we have also started a project with this school recently. Judy Urick from Winston-Salem in North Carolina, and her young students were very, very motivated, and they not only created posters but also made a video especially for us, in which they proudly told us that they had found Croatia on the globe. And Jason Reyes, a teacher from Catholic High School in Singapore, and his students created amazing posters about the neighborhoods of Singapore. Dondi Totneban from Hungary, and her students also created nice posters about Lake Balaton. And together with them, we are doing another wiki project, which is called Events in Our Region. Shannon McClintock Miller from Iowa brought her students, and this is the only class that worked in a completely different environment. They work in one laptop per child environment, while in other classes students had to share computers. In some classes they didn't have home computers, others had access to the internet at home, and so on. So we all worked in different environments, but we all had the same goal, of course. Heidi Musteros from Argentina, and her students from Colegio Goethe. We haven't seen their posters yet. They are working on them right now, and because this is a German school, they are creating posters in German right now about Germany and Argentina, and so German is going to become our third official language. But of course, all languages are welcome. And our youngest participants, youngest members, only 7 years old, students from Texas, and their teacher Clara Gutierrez. They are bilingual students, and they are now working on their Gloucesters. They will be in both in Spanish and in English, not only about Texas and the United States, but also about Latin American countries where they come from. So in this project, we have students aged 7 to 17. These are my students, and based on our experience, I think it works very well. We have received awards, and it is a project that many teachers and students would love to join. I'm especially fond of this poster, which was created by Rosita and her students from Bulgaria, and this was a kind of a good luck poster before I went to South Africa, and so they wanted to tell the judges and the other participants at the forum that they are the world. And the collaborative aspect of the project is, I think, what brought it several awards. One was for the best educational wiki, which we won in December last year. Then in January this year, we won the first prize in the innovative teacher forum in Croatia, which Darko was talking about. Then we're invited to the Innovative Education Forum held in Berlin. we reached the semi-finalist stage of the competition and were invited to attend the Worldwide Innovative Education Forum, which was held in Cape Town last week, or 10 days ago. And we are now the worldwide finalists. I was also appointed Gloucester ambassador, and I would like now to offer you something for free, because, as you know, I told you that the basic version of Gloucester is free, but the premium version, which has better features and so on, is you should subscribe to it. But here I can give you a free 2-month trial license. The only thing that you have to do is to send me an email. This is my email. You can see it here. Or you can contact me on Twitter. Once again, this is my Twitter handle. You can also find my project on the Wikispaces web page. And here are the web addresses of my 2 blogs. One in English and the other in Croatian. So thank you very much for your attention. Eva?
Arjana, thank you so much for this wonderful presentation. It is very inspiring to see how technology is used in Croatian schools. This is a wonderful way to connect students from all over the world, and it's a very innovative way for them to learn about foreign countries. Of course, we would like to invite you all to join Arjana's project. It is an ongoing project, and all students and teachers are welcome. I'm also very glad that the teachers who participated in this particular project found the time to join us today, so a very special greeting goes to them. We have a first question from the audience. Nani would like to know how to join this project, how to submit their work.
So you can just click the page where the wiki is. So I can just go to this page. Just a second. Wiki would be no. It's here. So you just click join this wiki, and then all the teachers, participants of the project are the organizers of the wiki, so they can let anyone in. And then if you are a teacher, then we will make you the organizer of the project so that you can add as many pages as you need.
Okay,
so
thank you.
It's really simple, yes. There is always someone on the wiki, and you can also send me a private message or an email or anything, but everyone here in this wiki is really helpful.
Okay, thank you. Just to remind everyone that after these webinars, we usually send a link to the recording of the webinar, and we will make sure to include Arjana's email and other information, her websites, so you can email her and contact her if you have any other questions. If there are any other questions from the participants, if there's anything you would like to know about this project, this is the time to ask. You can ask either orally by turning on your microphone or by using the questions and answers tool. So go ahead and ask. Arjana, I have to say that the number of schools and teachers that you have connected with is very impressive. How did you manage to find all these teachers?
Well, the answer is Twitter. They are all on Twitter. Well, most of them are on Twitter, and that's why I included or said something about Twitter at the beginning. Twitter is a social network, but it is great for meeting like-minded teachers. So when I need something, or when I want to share a project with someone, all I have to do is to tweet. To tweet means that I just write a very simple message with no more than 140 characters. So I just tweeted, I said, I have a new project, join me. And they came. So Viviana, who is right here, I can see her, she came. Here, yes, she is. Viviana, we met on Twitter. I have never met any of these teachers in real life yet, but I hope that we will meet in the future. But they are my dear friends, really. I feel as if I know them for real. And we communicate on almost on a daily basis, not only over Twitter, but also we are friends on Facebook, and we send each other emails. So there are other different platforms that these teachers and I use to connect, to communicate. And whenever we have, you have also seen how many projects we have started. And this is also very simple. You just send a message to all the members of the wiki. For example, this is what Dondi from Hungary has done. She has recently announced on the wiki that she has a new project that we all joined. You know, we want to participate, we want to connect.
Well, this is a great example of how technology actually connects people, right?
Yes, yes, it is.
Okay, Nani has another question. What are the fees? I assume she means the fees for joining the project, and I assume there are no fees.
There are no fees, of course. Of course, what it takes is your time, is your free time. But of course, this is a free wiki, and the fees. Maybe she's asking about Glogster. Glogster is the basic version of Glogster is free. You don't have to pay anything, and it is enough. What they give you for free is enough for 50 of your students. And in my project, there are 24 of my students. Viviana has now, I think, more than 50, but being an ambassador, she is also a Glogster ambassador, so we have access to the premium services. But I'm not sure that my school would pay for the premium service for Glogster, you know, and but I think it's really enough to use the basic service, basic version.
Okay. So what was the reaction of your school to using these methods? How did your principal react? I think I read somewhere that she's also very interested in using technology in classes. So she's supportive?
Oh yes, the principal from my school, Mrs. Svea Bielen, is really supportive, encouraging, and so when I came to her first that I would like to introduce kind of a blended learning with my students last year. She liked the idea very much, encouraged me to do it, and also I was helped by the ICT teacher from my school, Sonia, who is also here. And so whenever we faced a problem, there was Sonia to help us out.
And do you use this project, this method, as a regular teaching method now? Do you also use it with other classes, or is it just one class that's involved in it?
I started it with one class. It was part of their elective English class. And but now I have this year I started doing it with 2 more classes. We are working. We use this wiki as well. We use Glogsters, but also many other tools. We communicate with other students. So once when you begin with such a collaborative project, then all the doors open up for you, and you can easily find people who want to communicate and to connect.
And what about the other teachers, teachers of other subjects? I think this is a perfect way for not just English classes, but also, let's say, geography classes. Do geography teachers participate in it?
I don't think so that there is a geography teacher involved in the project yet, but there are math teachers, so history teachers as well. The problem is for many teachers here, Croatia in the language. But as said, the posters, we started creating posters in English because it was their foreign language they are learning, and so it was a very good way for them to practice their writing skills, but also their speaking skills, because they communicate with native speakers and learners of foreign language of English in this way. But as I have said, there are also posters in Spanish and German, so why not in Croatian?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Dara has a question. She would like to know if there were any curricular problems in using this. Did you need to link it to an exam or a state assignment?
No, I didn't have to. I didn't have any problems with the curriculum, because in the curriculum of of English as a foreign language, there are you have to teach students about the English-speaking countries, for example, or the countries of the target language, but they should also be able to use the learned language and to describe the places where they are born, they were born, and where they live. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so they could apply what they have learned for their own situations.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Darko is asking, he would like to know more about your experience with social networks, and what were the reasons for choosing these instead of the others?
So here I chose, well, I can't say that I chose one over the other, because I have been using several networks, and so one of them being Twitter, the other Facebook, and I also communicated with my students on Facebook. I use it for school as well. Wiki, I use Wiki Spaces because it's easy to edit. You don't have to have knowledge of computers, and I'm not an ICT teacher, so I don't know a lot about computers, but it is really easy to use, and students find it really easy. And another thing that I would like to point out is that we might think that our students are digital natives, but they don't go beyond the basics of instant messenger and Facebook, so we have to teach them. And this is one of the ways. So if we use one network and teach them how to communicate, if we teach them about the etiquette, then they will apply it to all the other networks they join in the future.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I deliberately left Sonia's question to be the last one, because she's asking something that I also wanted to ask, and I'm sure most of the people here want to know. How was South Africa?
South Africa. South Africa was wonderful. So first, of course, because we reached the finalist stage of the competition.
Okay, I'm sorry, can I interrupt? Yes. And maybe for those that don't understand what you did there, could you just explain in a few words why you went there and what was happening there?
It all started with the Croatian award for the best innovative practice, I think. It was called just a second. It was here, yes, which is Suradnici u učenju in Croatian Innovative Education Forum. Then we got the first prize here, and then participated at the Innovative Education Forum in Berlin. And then the best projects from Berlin were invited to attend the Worldwide Innovative Education Forum in Cape Town. So this event, it was a truly global event that connected or gathered 500 teachers from all parts of the world, and there were 125 projects, just like mine, and we competed. It was a competition actually, and we were judged by an international panel of judges, and so before I left for Cape Town, I had to create a PowerPoint presentation about my project, which was called Virtual Classroom Tour. So the judges were given this PowerPoint, and and from this PowerPoint presentation, so that they could see what the project is about. And then in Cape Town, they wanted to find some more information about it. And so one day we were judged, and 2 days after that, only the 35, the best 35 projects were announced, and I was one of them. I was really, really happy to be there, and we didn't win. There were projects from Denmark, the United Kingdom, Jen, who you hosted a couple of weeks ago, right? Mm-hmm, yeah. She won the second prize, and the third prize, there were two projects, one from Canada and the other from Sweden. So they won the first three prizes, but there were other projects that were in the finals. And so I was, it was really amazing to be one of them. And then, but what I like, what I think was the most important point of such a global event is that it brought together teachers from 72 countries, and that and all these teachers, what we shared there was enthusiasm, it was passion, and it was devotion to what we are doing. We wanted to know, to learn from each other, to know what other teachers are doing. So this was something that is certainly unforgettable, and which I actually cannot describe. So I would rather ask you to apply for the competition and go to the participate at the next Worldwide Innovative Education Forum, which is going to be held in Washington, D.C.
Well, I think it's a great success that you made it to the top 35. And I would also like to invite all the teachers here. If you think you have an innovative project, find an innovative education forum in your country, apply for it, participate in it, and maybe next year you'll be in Washington. Who knows? Okay, I think those were all the questions we had. If anyone else would like to ask anything else, go ahead. Darko, do you have anything else to say?
Well, I will just like to add something. I think that we truly had a remarkable representative this year from Croatia. Thank you very much. And
thank you, Darko.
You're very modest and very shy, like majority of good and innovative teachers. And what I liked about the project that you presented is the avalanche effect. You were talking about so many schools that joined your project that it really shows how successful projects successful ideas spread around the world, and that makes these activities of ours connecting teachers, not just through World Innovative Teachers Forum and local regional forums, but through these gatherings, these virtual gatherings of ours as well, even more important, because in times of crisis, when resources are scarce and people have difficulties traveling around the world, the technology can help them stay in touch and communicate, collaborate, and share. So thank you very much once again.
Thank you.
Thank you, Darko, for these words for the end. And I think we have come to an end of another successful webinar. Thanks to everyone for participating. Thank you, Arjana, for being with us. It was a real pleasure. I hope we'll get the chance to hear about your projects again, and I hope you will join us as a participant in our next webinars. I would like to also invite everyone else to join us again next week. Mr. Stefan Stenbom from Sweden will be here to present his project Math Coach. In the meanwhile, if you have any comments or ideas, feel free to write to us. You can see the email address on the screen, I think. Let me check. Yes. So I hope to see you next week. Thank you again, Arjana, and thanks to everyone for joining us today.
Thank you.
Have a nice day, and goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye. Bye.
Bye-bye.